Is this actually what Jesus was buried in? Shroud of Turin is this 14-foot long linen cloth with a faint image of a crucified man on it. And that makes Christians already wonder because the Gospels literally say that Jesus was buried in the exact same thing. Matthew says that Joseph of Arimathea wrapped Jesus in linen cloth. Mark says that he bought fine linen, took him off the cross and wrapped him in it, while Luke says the same exact thing. And then John said that he was buried and bound in fine linen cloths and spices as part of Jewish custom. And on the shroud there's this faint image of a man front and back. Like as if a body was laid on one half and the other side was folded over on top of him. The image isn't painted on. No brush strokes or pigment or dye soaked into the fabric. It's just on the very top layer of the fibers. It's more like a surface level burn, if anything. People have tried to recreate it today. We've been able to make things that are kind of close, but nothing matches the same microscopic level of detail that's captured in the Shroud of Turin. And that image itself is also just strange. When it's photographed and then inverted, it literally looks like a photo negative. The face and the body become clearer, which is wild because nobody even noticed that until photography was invented. I mean, like, the shading on the image literally has 3D information. That means that scientists can use the light and dark areas of the image and literally shape out the entire body. Okay, well, what about carbon dating? And yes, in 1988 the shroud was carbon dated to somewhere between 12 to 1300. A lot of people have said case closed, it's a medieval fake, but it's not that simple. The sample that they tested actually came from the edge of the cloth. And why that's a problem is because the shroud was actually damaged in a fire in 1532 and was repaired. What if the piece that was tested was actually taken from the newer material that was woven into the older fabric? It doesn't automatically prove that it's real. It does mean that the carbon dating argument isn't as clean as what people make it sound. Even the blood stains on the shroud line up exactly with the wounds of Jesus. Crucifixion wounds on the hands and feet. The head markings aren't this neat little crown of thorns, more like a helmet with puncture wounds all across the scalp. Also marks all across the back, like a scourging. This is the craziest part. The image on the shroud doesn't behave like anything we've seen before. If you wrapped a cloth around someone's face, you'd expect distortion. The shroud image is strangely controlled. It's almost like it wasn't even pressed in the cloth at all. That's why some people have actually suggested that it was a burst of energy or radiation that caused it. Look, I'm not saying that you have to believe that it's real. I am saying this: if it's a fake, then it's one of the best fakes of all mankind. If it's real, then it might be one of the most haunting physical pieces of evidence of Jesus' resurrection that we have. Either way, the Shroud of Turin is awesome, and it's not very easy to explain away.